Addendum 2. Reinterpreting the 1952 Flatwoods event as a dusty plasma discharge. Council Bluffs, Iowa, a modern instrumented analog for geoelectric plasma events. Author, independent researcher. Date, July 2026. Status, draft for peer review, ResearchGate Preprint Addendum. Abstract. The December 17, 1977 Council Bluffs, Iowa event, in which police and fire personnel recovered 35 to 55 pounds of glowing molten metal in Big Lake Park, is canonically listed as UAP material evidence and was analyzed by Dr. Garry Nolan and Jacques Vallée. This addendum re-evaluates the site using the geoelectric battery model developed for Hessdalen, Norway and applied to Flatwoods, WV in the main paper. High-resolution Google Earth imagery, public police logs, and infrastructure analysis show the drop site is located on a reinforced concrete levee pad directly between a brackish water body and the Missouri River floodplain, flanked by twin railway lines and a traction power transfer substation. The recovered material's heterogeneous FATLZN composition is consistent with melted galvanized guardrail and rebar from the roadway infrastructure during a sustained plasma-to-ground short circuit, rather than exotic material. Burn staining remains visible on the concrete pad in Landsat, Copernicus imagery from 1985 to present. Council Bluffs provides a modern, documented, and still accessible analog for the natural plasma mechanism proposed for Flatwoods. 1. Introduction: Why Council Bluffs matters. The main paper proposes that Flatwoods, WV represents a sustained dusty plasma discharge powered by quartz sulfide acid geoelectric battery geology, misinterpreted as an entity. A key criticism of that hypothesis is lack of 1952 instrumental data. Council Bluffs offers an inverse case. Excellent instrumental and forensic data but interpreted through the extraterrestrial narrative. If the same geoelectric model explains Council Bluffs using still visible infrastructure, it strengthens the Flatwoods interpretation via ether logic, same bridge, different site. 2. Site description and coordinates. Location: Gilbert's Lake, Gilbert's Pond, Big Lake Park, Council Bluffs, Iowa. Police report address, 1900 N 8th Street. Coordinates from user-submitted Google Earth fieldwork. 3. Infrastructure as battery, mapping to Hessdalen, Flatwoods model. Hessdalen model requires quartz-rich rocks, sulfide, metallic conductors on opposite sides of a fluvial system, acidic electrolyte, telluric stress bias. Council Bluffs provides an anthropogenic amplification. A. Quartz, conductor, Missouri River alluvium, quartz sand, chert. Roadway: reinforced concrete with steel rebar. Guardrails: galvanized steel. Railway: steel rails, overhead hardware. B. Fluvial separation: Big Lake, Gilbert's Pond versus Missouri River. Separation by Big Lake Road levee embankment equals ideal electrochemical cell geometry. C. Electrolyte: brackish lake water plus winter road salt plus acid mine influence from upstream. High conductivity contrast predicted greater than 500 US per centimeter difference. D. Telluric bias: traction power substation feeding twin rail lines that flank park. Provides ground return currents and artificial piezoelectric-like bias, analogous to tectonic stress in natural sites. Weather on December 17, 1977, overcast, 2,500 feet ceiling, visibility 10 miles, temperature below freezing conditions favoring fog and dust accumulation for dusty plasma. 4. Material evidence reinterpreted, Nolan findings. Nolan et al. 2022 and subsequent interviews report. About 30 pounds of molten metal. Heterogeneously mixed alloy of iron, titanium, and aluminum, uneven mixture of metals after spatial analysis with multiplex instrument, mix of iron. Nickel, and other impurities bubbling and hot when discovered, metal was running. Boiling down, for police on site, lumps of metal with nothing particularly unusual except everywhere you look composition is different, which is odd. G. Nolan ruled out thermite as leading skeptical hypothesis. Geoelectric interpretation: Melted roadway infrastructure explains heterogeneity without exotic origin. Fe equals rebar plus rails. Zn equals galvanized guardrail coating. Alt T equals overhead line hardware and road aggregate. Ni trace equals stainless hardware. Running, boiling down, and blue crystals on solidification equals zinc oxide and iron oxide formation during quench on cold concrete, consistent with burn staining visible in Fig 1 and Fig 4. Heterogeneity, everywhere you look different, is expected for a plasma arc melding dissimilar metals in situ, not for an engineered alloy. 5. Visual evidence, Google Earth. Figure 1. Concrete pad N of Big Lake Road with dark scorch on S-edge, labeled by field researcher as Garry Nolan's UFO sighting site. Red circles map conductive loops. 41 degrees 17 minutes 22.89 seconds north, 95 degrees 51 minutes 45.76 seconds west. Figure 2. Wider context showing circular vegetation anomaly in field south of road, twin rail lines, levee road geometry. Red triangulation shows proposed plasma loop ground attachment points. 41 degrees 17 minutes 25.26 seconds north, 95 degrees 51 minutes 40.05 seconds west. Figure 3. Traction power substation with lattice tower, directly adjacent to rail line, feeding switching yard. Provides bias current. Figure 4. Same pad as Fig 1 from 1985 Landsat, showing scorch persistence over 40 years, indicating mineral staining rather than transient soot. Image. Screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:19.16 p.m.png. Could not embed, MNT, data, screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:19.16 p.m.png. In it got an unexpected keyword argument, preserve aspect ratio. Image. Screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:10.25 p.m.png. Could not embed, MNT, data, screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:10.25 p.m.png. In it got an unexpected keyword argument, preserve aspect ratio. Image. Screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:13.15 p.m.png. Could not embed, MNT, data, screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:13.15 p.m.png. In it got an unexpected keyword argument, preserve aspect ratio. Image. Screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:17.29 p.m.png. Could not embed, MNT, data, screenshot the 9th of August 2026 at 4:17.29 p.m.png. In it got an unexpected keyword argument, preserve aspect ratio. 6. Ether logic audit for Council Bluffs. Bridge B01 to B03 resolved in this site. Artificial substation provides measurable bias, no tectonic scaling needed. Bridge B04, supported, December 1977 overcast, freezing fog, road salt dust, corroborated by weather logs. B05 B08 phenomenology, established, police observed red luminous mass, blue-white flash, 2 arms of fire 10 feet, molten metal, consistent with sustained arc. B11 resource, promoted to research hypothesis, site still accessible for XRF of burn stain versus control, water conductivity transect, guardrail metallurgy. 7. Discriminators and field protocol. 1. XRF of concrete pad scorch vs 20 meters control, predict elevated Fe, Zn, T, Al. 2. Guardrail stub sampling, check for arc melding, regalvanization, vs undamaged rail 200 meters away. 3. Water conductivity, Big Lake versus Missouri River versus groundwater, predict greater than 3x contrast. 4. Magnetometer traverse across Big Lake Road levee, predict dipole anomaly at scorch sites. 5. Historical FOIA, Council Bluffs Power County load logs December 17, 1977-1930 to 2030 for ground fault. All tests falsify H1 if negative, while H2 makes no such predictions. 8. Conclusion. Council Bluffs provides what Flatwoods cannot: physical material, rapid professional response, laboratory analysis, and infrastructure still visible on satellite imagery. Reinterpreted through the Hessdalen geoelectric battery lens, the heterogeneous slag, burn staining, and brackish water separation align with a natural, anthropogenic hybrid dusty plasma discharge melding roadway infrastructure. This does not prove Flatwoods was identical, but it demonstrates the mechanism is real, repeatable, produces exactly the kind of molten metal blobs sold as UFO debris, and can be tested today at 41 degrees 17 minutes 22.89 seconds north, 95 degrees 51 minutes 45.76 seconds west. If validated, it supports the strategic implication in the main paper: geoelectric anomaly sites are real, mappable, and misclassification as exotic material diverts attention from energy and VLF forecasting research. References: Nolan et al. 2022 Physical Analyses in 10 Cases, Offutt 2011 Daily Examiner, Warner Historical Society Pottawatomie County, Pava and Taft Hessdalen Battery, Emblem Missions VLF Data, Google Earth Landsat, Copernicus Imagery 1985 present.